Oshun the Great, and I am in beautiful Santa Cruz, somewhere hidden in the woods. You can check it out. So yeah. Okay, so this is kind of like part of my Wanderlust series. Keep in mind I'm still fairly new to traveling the Wanderlust way, which is basically traveling without a aim. It's basically you just pick a place and you go. This lifestyle is basically like if you have the money, just go while you have it kind of lifestyle. And before I started this lifestyle, I would always research videos on YouTube or the internet, like how to travel on little to no money. I was like obsessed with traveling solo, things like that. But now I get to make videos to you guys on a similar topic. And this topic today is basically how to make friends or how to meet people while traveling solo. To me, solo travel is the best the best travel because it's like you have. Sorry about all the noise, you guys. Because you can go wherever you please, whenever you please, with whomever you please. If you want to leave somewhere, you can when you want to. You're not obligated to anyone to conform on someone else's needs. If they want to go do something and you want to do something different, you're just not obligated to. You can go your own route, and that's like the best thing. It's so free. It's like so freeing. But then there's also obstacles you can face as far as like feeling lonely, or like just not knowing how to meet people because you're always by yourself. But believe it or not, it's not that hard when you're traveling solo. Actually, there's many ways to meet people when you're traveling solo. Number one is obviously hostels. And if you guys don't understand that, I'm a huge advocate of hostels because it's a very social environment. And basically, what that is, it's like a dorm kind of situation where you share a room with other girls, other guys, or sometimes it's even co ed. And it's usually a lot cheaper than hotels. But you would do that because like you meet people from all around the world. I've met people from so many places: Sweden, Hungary, so many places, Argentina, Jamaica, New York, like different places. And normally you get to mingle with people you normally just don't meet on a daily basis half the time, and you get to learn about their culture. Um, Things like that, and that's a very good way to meet people. It's also really fun because they usually have activities you can do that's very social, whether it's road trips you can do with the hostel, whether it's going out to eat with other people. There's always activities to do in most hostels. So that's number one. Number two is funny, but Tinder is actually a really good way to travel. It's so funny because I've met, I want to say, two people so far that I've met, and on top of that, you get sometimes a combination, meaning, like, okay, I met a friend through Tinder. We were both in Hawaii traveling, and he is initially from Cali. So now I have a link to Cali, and actually now I'm at that friend's house, which is so crazy. And you never know how that works. Like, something that you thought was, oh, it's either just a fling or just like a platonic thing, can also be like your link to other travels. Like you never know who you meet, and they could be very welcoming and very can provide. They can be a host for you as well as well as through sites like Workaway. Tinder is just a very good way to meet people in general. I especially solo travel because I'm very introverted. I don't go to bars. I don't go clubbing. So that is actually, it's really known for a hookup site, but obviously, actually a lot of travelers use that because especially if you're wandering from place to place, you will meet like-minded people. You just got to read their bio. And a lot of them are looking to link up with like-minded individuals. Like some people might be like, oh, I'm only here for a few days, and you might only be there for a few days too, and you link up with that person. You never know. You might even meet someone who you end up traveling with for a bit of time until you decide to go back on your own, or maybe you find someone you meet. You never know. Fall in love with somebody. You never know. But Tinder is a great way. Number three, I want to say Workaway because Workaway, obviously, you're just gonna meet depending on the situation that you get yourself in. You can obviously volunteer through that, and a lot of situations include other workawayers to stay with you, meaning Some houses you may work at, they may host more than one workaway area at a time. Plus, you're just meeting new people in general. Uh, Whoever you volunteer with, you meeting their family or the other workawayers that you're staying with. I only did workaway one time near my house, but I'm looking into more situations in hostels and stuff. Looking on putting in some time at a hostel so I can make more money. But that's also a good way to meet people. Couch surfing. Couch surfing is something that I just joined, but I haven't really had the chance to actually get my foot, like get my, what do you say, get your foot wet in. But that is also another way. Um, Couch surfing, like I hear of people, I meet travelers who do that often. But obviously, some of the couch surfers are obviously they're sketched too about the people they accept. So they're pretty. You would think that couch surfing would be sketched, but the hosts are more sketched than the travelers than to just accepting anyone. But that's another way. But yeah, these are just a few ways that I know of traveling so far, and I'm still fairly new. But I want to say I'll give a big ups to Hostel and Tinder. It's so funny because I never thought Tinder would be a way you can travel and meet people. But yeah, I mean, I always hear of people who always look up groups too, like online, but that hasn't always been something that worked for me, like finding travel groups or other solo females. Again, I think solo traveling is better, but if you just want to meet someone, Tinder will probably be the best for that, or just hostels. But yeah, so that's my little input. If you guys have any more questions, be dope, be you unapologetically. Get outside, have fun. Peace.